Hey guys, meteorologist Doug Hetty. It is a Wednesday, September 4th, cruising right on through the week. It is hump day. A lot of you guys didn't work Monday, so you get kind of a shorter week this week. Of course, the Chiefs kick off tomorrow, which is going to be great. I'm really looking forward to that. I can't wait for the game to kick off at 7:20 at Arrowhead. Maybe dodging a couple random little showers, but overall it looks pretty good. All right, today we're going to do a weather question. I've done this weather question, but we're going to do it again because I keep getting asked this. And then we're going to look at the next several days and a little bit of long range forecasting. Huge shout out to my boys, Superior Roofing and Construction, a four-state premier roofing contractor. They're local, 7th and High Street in Joplin, Missouri. Give Cole, Carlos, Evan, shout the numbers right there on the screen. They'll get you hooked up if you need your roof looked at or have any roofing needs. All right, so when is our average first frost? It is here in about a month, about 5 weeks. Usually right around October 10th to October 13th is when we see our average first frost, but we usually don't see our first freeze until we start to get very late October and then into November. Usually it occurs, our first freeze, usually between the first week of, about the first week in November. All right, not a whole bunch going on. We got a weak wave across the northern parts of the plains. You can see some moisture down across the southern plains as well. Most of Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, most of us are looking pretty good. You can see some showers. We have a weak wave passing from Dallas and then into southeastern Oklahoma over toward Little Rock. Some hit and miss showers, mainly south of I-40, but a couple of these sprinkles may get a little bit farther north. But besides that, we're pretty quiet. Temperatures are looking pretty good. Now, here's our next wave. This is a weak wave, and this is still right on track with the cycling weather pattern. We've been in this cycle now for almost a year. The new cycling weather pattern is slowly starting to set up, but this old one is going to be dominant as we go through about the next 4 to 5 weeks. And then we're going to start to see a big switch in our pattern as we head toward winter, of course. All right, let's go into the afternoon. Great temperatures continue. 84 Kansas City, 86 in Joplin, 87 in Tulsa, 87 in Wichita, plus our humidity is fairly low. As we go into Thursday morning, do notice this. We could get a few sprinkles, maybe a random shower. Northwest Arkansas over toward West Plains. Not a big deal, just kind of a hit or miss shower, but everybody else mainly stays dry. Any rain really stays kind of down, like persistent rain, southern parts of Arkansas. All right, let's go into Thursday afternoon. Another fantastic day. You can see our cold front slicing in. So from about Milwaukee to the Quad Cities to about Macon, Chillicothe, St. Joe, Kansas City, and then stretching back toward Wichita and Dodge City. There's not a lot of moisture with it, but a few hit and miss showers. A little bit hotter tomorrow, upper 80s for afternoon highs. As we go into tomorrow night and Friday morning, as that front sinks south, any showers really kind of dissipate. But we may get a random shower in southeastern Kansas, southwestern Missouri, but most of you stay dry. You can see, again, most of the moisture stays down through parts of Arkansas, Louisiana, into Mississippi, and also Alabama. All right, so now we're looking at Friday, and of course, Friday, hey, we're always happy with Friday. High school football now. And then as we go into Friday afternoon, look at these temps. We're looking at 70s. Kansas City, St. Louis, low to mid 80s. In Joplin, Springfield, Fort Smith, 86 degrees. So we have a pretty nice stretch as we go through the next few days. Let me take you right on into the weekend and early next week. Saturday, great temps. Stick around. Sunday, may get a random shower in here. Most of you dry, but look at these temps. Still looking pretty good. It does heat up a little bit more once you get out across central and western Kansas and Oklahoma. On Monday, here come the 90s. So if you watch my videos, I've talked about for, about 6 weeks now when we look at the global predictor that week 2 and 3 of September, we're going to be hotter. And they are. So once we get into next week, 90s kind of prevail. Here's Tuesday, 90s, even some upper 90s. Once you get out across central and western Kansas. So it's going to feel very August-like as we get into next week. But at least temperatures over the next several days are going to be shaping up pretty good. All right, so let's look at El Nino, La Nina. I know this is hard to see, but we're looking at this second little rectangle here. You can see all this orange. That was all El Nino. And you see this right at the very end, a little bit of blue. We're kind of in a neutral state. The reason that hurricane season really hasn't taken off is because it looked like that we were going to go into a pretty strong La Nina several months ago. But with Weather 2020, we predicted hurricanes to kind of be more on the lower side, and that's kind of where we're at, thankfully. But it should pick up. Hurricane season should pick up a little bit as we get into the second half of the month, but it's not going to be anywhere like many meteorologists predicted. All right, so let's go into Joplin here. You can see week. Let's see here. All right, so if we look at, let me go ahead and pull that back down. All right, so if we look at, let's say, the third week, still fairly hot across the region. Our temperatures are going to be fairly warm. And then once we go into that fourth week, temperatures will start to cool down just a little bit. But overall, they're going to be fairly warm. Let me see here if I can maneuver this just a little bit. All right, let's go into, let's see. All right, so here's the last week of September. You can see temperatures above average. All right, let's go into another month here. Let's go into October and see. All right. That first week of October, we actually cooled down a little bit, so a little bit below average, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That second week of October heats back up. Then the 3rd and the 4th week of October, we drop again below average. So next couple weeks, overall, yeah, it heats up. And then things will start to cool down a little bit late this month. And then heading into early October before we see our traditional Indian summer that everybody likes to talk about. Overall, the weather's pretty boring right now. This does not excite me by any means, but what does excite me is the new pattern is setting up, and I'm hoping to get some good weather as we head into the winter. Now, when I say good weather, it's usually not what you consider good weather, but I would love to see some snow around here. So we're going to be talking a lot more about that as we go through the next couple months. All right, guys, any questions, comments, leave it in the comment section below, and I hope you have a fantastic Wednesday evening.